Live.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us for session 2 of Trinity's Wake, Mage 20th Anniversary Edition actual play here on the happyjacksrpg network. To find all the sessions of this game, which there are now, visit happyjacks.org/Trinity's Wake. And to find all of the shows on the Happy Jacks network, visit happyjacks.org. My name is Adam, and I use they, them pronouns, and I am your storyteller for this really fun game. We just keep in mind for content warning, we are going to have some alcohol consumption. There's probably going to be drugs and some sexy times, as well as dancing and swing dancing, which is the dance of the devil. So there's a lot of sin going on here. So if that's not your thing, this is not your game. But as I know most of our audience, I imagine this is your thing. So sit back and enjoy the ride. We are using safety tools. We have our standard Happy Jacks RPG lines and veils document that we've all filled out and we've contributed to know what topics are on or off the table. We also have X cards, both invisible as well as able to, our players and me are free to do vocal or visual X cards as well. So we like safety tools here at Happy Jacks, and we like to make sure everybody's having a safe, fun time. So let's introduce our characters. Let's start over here.
Me?
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dion, and I am playing Silver, smooth-talking Southern boy who's smooth on the sax, and still not quite sure of himself, but we're still figuring that out. Sorry, we have some growing to do. And yeah, just gonna have fun with the ride.
Hi, I'm Courtney. I play Evelyn Porter, Icon of Life. She's might have a little stick up her ass compared to everyone else. I'm sure there's a heart of gold in there somewhere. I just need to cut the chest open and try and find it.
Yeah, it's just open.
Hey, I am the Icon of Life. I can do that.
That's right. That's right.
Can.
It's a little telltale heart going on here. It's fine.
Yeah,
Sure.
it's fine. I got floorboards.
Hey everyone, I'm Nick, and I'm playing Alexander Basto, who is the icon of entropy for our happy little group. He is, while it does take place in the 40s, he dresses like a old-time cowboy / gambler, and that is how he lives his life, one anachronistic day at a time.
Hi, I am Pooja, and I am playing Banu, the Icon of Time, whose defining characteristic so far is that they somehow, just in a haze of opium dreams, invented beat poetry.
Yeah. That's right. Brilliant.
And started the, slippery slope of hedonistic pleasures for one of our other icons.
Yes. Sammy's gonna have some fun now.
So good influence.
Right? Yes, good influence. Yes.
Enjoy all of the pleasures of life.
Yeah.
Our time here is limited.
Yes. So, we'll do a quick recap, because I'm just going to do this off the cuff. Last time, we primarily joined our characters in their home base at the Carousel Room, which is the swing club in the ground floor of the Mayflower Park Hotel, for which the Mayflower Club is named. In addition to our 4 characters here, we met Nona Redbird, who is the founder of the Mayflower Club Society, and who is a former flapper and a hedonist in her own right. So super fan of Banu. And we also met the icon of forces, Arlo Madison, the
Man with a punchable face.
Man with the punchable face.
Sure, let's go with that.
Yes.
An entire punchable personality.
Yes. We met Sammy Chow, the bookish and young newest member of the Mayflower Club, who is the icon of
Mind.
A Chinese immigrant who is very excited to learn about the pleasures of life that are sure to come his way. And we met
He's
Sophia.
a master of the mind, but a novice to the pleasures of the flesh.
That's right. Yes. But oh, he will learn. Yeah. We also met Sophia Wilbur, or Sophie, as she's known, who is the Snoqualmie matron of the club and the icon of correspondence. And we met Dottie Truncher, who is the fun-loving young ingenue and the icon of Prime. And as well as a few of our other characters, our NPCs that are fixtures at the Carousel Room. Oliver Gordy, the band leader and friend of Dion, who leads the Swingin' Symphony. We met Salazar, the sort of mysterious bartender who always seems to be in the right place at the right time with the right drink. And we met Sister Madley, who is the very odd woman who sits at the end of the bar and never says a word and has always been there for the last several decades. And even though her fashion changes, she has not aged a day.
Did we meet her, really?
Well, we didn't really meet her. We saw
described
her. So, and we met the dealer. Who is a visage that only Alexander seems to be able to see and perceive, who gave Alexander a moral quandary to pick who's gonna die. So those are a bunch of our NPCs that we met. And then in the middle of the swinging party, all of a sudden, our 9 icons, including our 4 PCs here, found themselves on a barren field at night in the middle of seeming nowhere with a strange scaffolding structure in front of them, which seems to bode ill will. And that is where we're going to pick up tonight. So...
Before we get started, I just want to introduce our drink.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Tonight, I have prepared a drink called Athelbros. Athelbros is a traditional Scottish drink to welcome in the new year. It's also called First Footings or First Starts as well. It is made with honey, oat water, cream, and whiskey, Scotch whiskey specifically. And I just made up a little bit because we're as close as we're going to get to the new year on this show. So
That's right.
Enjoy.
Yeah. Cheers for Old Lang Syne. Delicious. It's so good. And one more thing before we get started. Yesterday was a very special day because it was the anniversary of the day Courtney joined us in this plane of existence. So happy birthday, Courtney.
Happy birthday, Courtney!
And tomorrow is a very special day as well because it's the anniversary of when Pooja joined us on this plane of existence. So happy birthday, Pooja! Yay! And today is a very special day because we're going back to Seattle, 1945. So the candles are lit. The cloying scent of the incense fills your nostrils and brings a heady sensation. And we all reach across the table. We join our hands. The thunder crashes. The lightning flashes. And we are transported by the spirit of Nona Redbird. Hello, darlings! You don't know me, but I know each and every one of you. My name is Nona Redbird, and I live in a fantastical world of magic and wonder. Here's the secret, so do you. For you see, magic is anywhere that you have free will. And you do have free will, but you must insist upon it. Tonight, we're going to tell a story that ripples all the way back and all the way forward, because this is a story of people who insist. So, scoot up to the edge of your seat because that's where the fun begins. Grab a drink if you're so inclined, listen to the music, and slip into our world of Trinity's Wake. So, our 9 icons find themselves standing in a barren landscape. You can tell by the structure, by the formations in the distance, that this is a desert landscape. And on the edge of the plain that you can see is a large scaffolding, a steel scaffolding, with a rounded monstrosity of steel and metal at the top of it. The light from the moon is bright, but it's a sickly yellowish green light that sort of bathes everything around you, washes out all the color, and makes all of you look almost like ghosts to each other in this strange light. You can't see the stars; they seem to be gone. And as you stand there, well, let me ask this: who has a sphere of who has 1 point or more in spirit sphere? Nobody.
Wow.
Nobody took spirit.
Who's this icon of spirit?
That's Nona.
Nona. Okay.
Yeah. So
You didn't give us enough points. I'm looking at all the NPCs and they've got like 12 points and we've got like 6 points.
Oh, did I? Oh, okay. I might have to balance y'all out a little bit. So maybe I gave them too much. So, yeah.
You did give us a lot of points.
I did, yeah. I was just like filling out numbers. So with them, so I probably gave them way too many. But that's okay. We'll balance them out. So, but yeah. So Nona's the first to speak, and she says, "This is the spirit world, but it's not the way it should be. Something feels terribly wrong. Something in the air, something in the space is not right. Do you all feel that? Does anyone feel it?"
You said we're in a field. Is there grass?
No, it's like desert, so you're standing on like hard sand.
Okay, so that probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
Probably not.
I have-
I mean,
Need
there's
something living to.
there's life all around you though, and yeah, if you want to.
Yeah, well, I want to see what any living creature or tree or any kind of form of
Yeah.
nature, if what I can feel off that.
Okay. Yeah. So this is something that's pretty easy for you to do. So you reach out with your senses, and you feel that there is life all around you. You know, many people think of a desert as lifeless, but there are millions of insects around. There are, scrub bushes, and, even the tumbleweeds, you can still feel a faintness from them. Birds sleeping, in the rocks nearby. So you can feel that there's life here. But roll perception plus awareness.
God, awareness is such garbage.
And-
I have alertness, but
Yeah,
not awareness.
and
Same.
Oof,
and
okay.
add a number of dice equal to your prime sphere.
Okay. 2 successes.
Okay, all right. So you can sense.
10 a crit? Is that a thing?
Oh, no. Oh, we didn't talk about crits.
We talked about
explosion.
ones.
Yeah. So so if you have a specialty, and we didn't talk about specialties either. If you have 4 or more dots in something, you can choose a specialty in it. And when you have a specialty in something, 10s explode. So you get to count that
Okay.
as a success and roll them again. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
No, I
so,
don't have 4 dots of any of that.
Yeah.
so.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so
we
2
need
successes.
we'll need to do that for you guys at some point. So
We
that's
did max out our skills at 3 dots for starting.
Oh, did we? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, man, I screwed you guys over.
Are you sure?
Well, you said we could pick one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
One to put
One to
forward.
have forward. Yeah.
Well, the spheres
Yeah.
we
With
can
the
have
sphere.
one with 4.
Yeah.
But the skills apparently, not apparently, like according to the thing,
Okay.
we can only have 3.
Okay.
But I thought we could buy with freebie.
You can buy with freebies. Yeah, you could buy with freebies above 3.
Ah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
but
I have
I may
one
have
that's
not
above 3,
like
but-
consistently explained that to everyone. So, okay.
It's fine.
Well,
Anyway.
over the next week, we will revisit our characters.
That's fine.
Welcome to Adam Wings It in the World of Darkness.
Welcome to Adam wants the best for his players
Right.
always because they are lovely.
I do. And that's the thing in all my games. Like, I want the player characters to be the heroes. They should be the most fascinating and capable people that we meet. So,
I have a quick just clarification.
Uh-huh.
In the 20th anniversary Mage book,
Yeah.
they have 10s counting as double, not exploding. Was that a previous edition?
Oh,
and
okay.
it's fine if we play that way. I just
Yeah.
want to know, and I want to make anyone else aware in case they're looking
Yeah.
at picking up the book.
Okay. All right. Yeah. That I had not remembered that. So let me. I'll look at that and see. Like, let me refresh myself on the specialties in the tens rules.
Okay.
So yeah. It's a 700-page book, and I only read it once. So
It's
You mean you didn't read the 700 pages
I
four times?
I know, right?
From beginning to end?
Yeah.
I memorized all of it.
Yeah. I have a lot of it memorized, oddly enough, but yeah. I usually run this game without having to refer to the book, but that's also because I just make up rules when I want to.
We're okay
So
with that.
that's why I became the storyteller. So,
I'm just saying that at least, most of us, if not all of us, no, all of us, have been in Jason games.
Yep.
okay, so you're aware of my style.
So it's all good.
Is Jason in the chat?
Not this time, I don't think.
Damn it. Because it's better to make fun of Jason when he can hear you because it's a lot more fun, enjoyable.
This is true.
Yeah. So, all right. So,
Wait.
We'll just have to clip
Yeah.
this section.
yeah, right.
Okay.
Evelyn, what does it feel like to you, or what does it look like when you extend your senses like this? Is there anything special that you do?
I feel it would be kind of like a pulse or a heartbeat, kind of like the thrum of like feeling for. There's like my pulse inside, and then it's kind of expanding out, almost like I guess like a radar.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Get little pings here and there.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to detect is like, does the life force here feel abnormal? Even though we are in a spirit realm, but like,
Yeah.
what feels off about it?
So you can't quite place it. You can't quite figure it out. But there's a strangeness to it. It's almost like when the whole band is playing a song, but there's like one person who's just like a half second off the beat. Like,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
It feels weird. It feels strange. Like it's not supposed to be like this. So yeah. I want you to roll stamina. Just your
Okay.
stamina.
Good, I got good stamina.
About how far are we away from the structure?
Probably about like a football field or so.
Away from it?
Yeah.
So we're pretty close,
I think,
relatively speaking.
yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Relative.
Like
Like
we
100
we
yards.
could walk there in a very short
Oh
period of
yes. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
hey, speaking of rules, so I have 4 stamina, and I
Okay.
rolled a 10 that time, so 2 successes and 1 was a 10. So
Okay, all right. We'll count the 10 as 2 successes for now. So, okay, so that would be 4 successes total.
no, 3.
3 successes total. Okay. All right. You feel a wave of nausea hit you. But you steel yourself and you choke it back and it's like that feeling where you're like, I think I'm going to throw up, but you refuse to.
I knew that feeling all too well. No.
Right. Yeah. And then you actually you all hear from just off to this off to the side, you hear Arlo say, oh God, I think I'm gonna throw up, and then like leans over, like sinks to his all fours, and just like and just pukes. And yeah, and Sophie kind of steps forward, and she says, "There's terrible things that have happened here, and terrible things going to happen." And she takes out of a pouch at her hip, you all notice at this point that you see Sophie in more of her spirit avatar. So there's just a slight glow to her. That's definitely coming from her and not from that sickly greenish moonlight, and just a slight bluish white glow to her. And she pulls out a feather and a smudge stick, and then just placing it, holding it in front of her, flames just kind of like pulse out from her hand and light the smudge stick. And as she starts to use the feather to fan the smoke around, you see it billow far more than it actually should. And this smoke settles over the area and then dissipates. And as it dissipates, you see thousands of bodies dead on the ground, and they're laying all around you. But it's a little difficult for all of you because none of you are as versed in the spirit world. But these are dead spirits, not actual physical bodies in the physical world. So those of you who have matter and well, you all have at least one dot in prime, so you can sense that these are not magical. They're and they're not part of the physical world either. And normally you wouldn't necessarily be able to see them, but Sophie has cast a spell to bring them to light. What do you do? What are you feeling?
And
Shock.
the thing that's roughly 100 yards from us,
Yeah.
we can also tell it's out of place for where we are. Like, because like I don't know anything about the spirit world.
Yeah.
Silver knows nothing.
Yeah.
So even knowing nothing about the spirit world, that's out of place. Like that thing is weird.
So yeah, so let's talk a little bit about the spirit world.
Okay.
The spirit world is a sort of shadow of the physical world,
Okay.
and most things that exist in the physical world have some sort of corresponding existence in the spirit world, and a lot of. But a lot of it is more, it feels more like an echo. So like you look nearby and there's a cactus and you can tell that this cactus exists in the physical world, and in the spirit world, it's sort of a shadow of itself. It's sort of hazy and hard to focus on. But when you look at this structure, it is solid, both in the physical world and the spirit world. So it's crystal clear, and even though everything around you seems a little bit murky and hard to make out, this thing is solid and clear to you. You can see every little detail of it. You can see all of the rivets and the seams, even as far away as you are. It is so solidly here.
Okay. So
Super real.
Super real, yeah.
Silver would definitely check with Nona first to see if she had any idea of how we should all move, since we're all randomly here.
Yeah.
But definitely want to get close to that thing to see if I can make out if it is matter, if it's physically here, like if it's molecules and atoms, or is it magical? Like I would want to go and touch it so I could see what's up with it and take a look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you just ask? Do you like ask her, or do you not?
I would walk up to Nona.
Yeah,
I don't want to step on any toes here. If you had anything you think we should be doing or not doing, I think we should stick together. But kind of want to go check that thing out and see what's up with it, because it seems out of place, and it might be why we're here.
It does. It seems very out of place. And your guess is as good as mine, so let's tread carefully, but let's see. And she'll start to walk with you, actually. Anybody else gonna go?
Yeah.
Yeah, we missed
And
But-
I would like to
Go ahead.
I would like to try to get a sense of how long it has intruded upon this section of the spirit world.
Oh, okay.
Especially like in reference to all of these dead spirits.
Yeah, okay.
Like, did it appear and they all died at once? Is it an illness? Is it, like what those things that I can glean from the timeline, basically.
Okay. And you have no dots in spirit, right?
No dots
Okay.
in spirit.
Okay, but you got one in prime at least, and you've got
4 in time.
4 in time. And do you have any in life or matter?
I have 1 H in life and matter.
Okay, all right. So and so this is really just about senses. So this would be a 1 dot time, but using prime and life and matter to see the connections between all 3 of them. In that, so you won't be able to really sense what happened in the spirit world with all of this, but you'll be able to sense the connections, or you should be able to sense the connections in the physical world that led to this.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. So so let's have you roll perception or intelligence, whichever is higher. And
Perception for sure.
okay. And let's do enigmas.
Okay.
Yeah. So roll that, and then any successes you get there will add to your arete pool.
Okay. Oh, I've forgotten what my base.
Oh, 7.
Oh, okay. So 1 success. That is
Actually, it's 6 here.
3 successes, one of which is a 10.
Okay. All right. So yeah. So we'll count that as 2. So 4 total. Okay. So roll your arete plus 4 extra dice.
Okay.
And the difficulty here is going to be it's 4 actually.
Ooh.
3 10s,
Oh,
a 5, a 7.
Okay.
8.
So yeah. So that's a lot.
So 5 successes.
You
Total
really
but a
are.
1. So
Yeah.
4 successes.
Do you have any mind dots?
I do. I have 2 in mind.
Okay. Would you like to share this with the class?
Yes, I would.
Okay, so you feel as you start to sense through time, you feel Sammy's mind sort of like knocking gently at your door, and you hear his thought in your head of I think I know what you're about to do. Would you like me with you? No.
Yes, I would
Yeah.
appreciate your company.
And he so he connects his mind to yours, and what you see can be projected to everybody else. So each of you feel a sort of gentle knock at your mental door. If
It's a
you
rap rapping upon our chamber doors.
Right.
No,
Yeah.
that was the last game.
So if you allow it, Sammy will share directly into your mind what Banu is about to see. So what you see is the sickly green moonlight is not present. You see regular daylight and regular night time moving in fast succession, almost like it's rewinding, and it's almost a strobe effect as the days and nights just roll backwards. And as you as you go, as it goes backwards, you see the scaffolding just sort of piece by piece being dismantled. The first to go was the big ball at the top, and then the rest of the scaffolding just sort of like comes away piece by piece. You see people sort of like, it seems like they're scurrying because it's moving so fast, but they're going up and down as they sort of like disassemble the scaffolding in reverse. As you as you see this, you start to perceive a wider scope of this whole area, and you see all of the people, all of the bodies that were on the ground have disappeared, but you see some of those same faces as they are working with this with all this strange material and technology, and then you see them go into this little town and just sort of disassemble the town as well. And then you see them you see them going backwards into other villages of their own, and you see these indigenous people being going backwards into their homes, and which are being reformed after the bulldozers in reverse come away, and then it returns to this state where these people are living, and then the entire area seems to be in peace and harmony, and then as things snap back into time, you see the whole process go back forward, living it as they do, and you see the people being removed from their homes, their homes and land bulldozed, and then all of the work being done building this new fake town, and then the scaffolding going up, and then gliding forward somewhat in time, you see many of these same people growing sick, falling ill, their bodies wasting away, and they sort of begin to lie back down in the spirit world around you. Sorry to be a downer.
No. As soon as this ends in Silver's mind, he freezes.
Yeah.
Just stops moving forward, and like noticeably, won't move an inch.
Yeah.
Are we dressed in our party clothes, or are we dressed in how we normally picture ourselves in the spirit realm?
I'd say
At this time.
you're dressed in your party clothes. Sophie and Nona clearly have a sculpted avatar of themselves in the spirit world. You see Nona sort of in her heyday. Her face doesn't necessarily look any younger, but she's, slim and wearing a flapper dress, with a long string of multiple strings of pearls, and a cute little feathered, plume on her little cap, and then you also you see Dottie has a similar sort of avatar. It's very similar to what she normally is wearing, but it's not nearly as clear as like Nona and Sophie. But it seems like she has reached into the spirit world before. So, do you have the document up, Nick? Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, who else has spirit docs? Can you tell?
Yeah, Dottie actually doesn't.
Oh, she doesn't. Oh, okay.
No. Sophie, Nona.
Did I not
Actually,
give-
that's it.
that's it. I didn't
Yeah.
give anybody spirit, man. Okay. Wow. Okay.
Oh no, I apologize. Oh no, that is never mind. That was Sophie. It just the page break was.
Oh,
weird.
gotcha. Okay. All right. Yeah, Dottie's starting to learn. Yeah. So, but pretty much everybody else is dressed just like you all were at the party. So, yeah. So as the images sort of fade from your mind, you feel yourself firmly back in the spirit world, seeing that sort of like you know what it's like, when Frodo puts on the ring in the Lord of the Rings movie. It's that sort of like black and white, windswept kind of. Everything's got a little bit of somebody took Photoshop smear and just across it. So you find yourself, just a few yards away from the structure. No.
Well, whatever this thing is, it's got some kind of importance to whatever happened here. So, shall we? And I'll kind of nudge Silver.
Oh, I've changed my mind. So I don't want to touch that thing anymore. I'm from the American South. I've seen the government take over before. They ran those people out here to build something evil. It's just a ski again. I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't want to touch it.
I'm going to reach
yeah.
in my pocket and
Go.
pull out a couple of dice and just rattle them in my hand and go, well, someone's got to check it out and start working.
Okay. All right.
I mean, something in it is poison,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's it.
but
Uh,
it's possible that it didn't kill immediately. From what we saw.
I could probably walk up to it.
And Silver, roll perception plus perception plus let's do perception plus investigation.
Oh, okay.
And add your matter dice to it.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah.
7, right?
Yes. All right, 6 here.
6. Okay. 8 successes.
Oh, geez. Okay. All right. So as you're standing there and you're staring at it, you start to get a sense of the entire structure. Like you can feel the metals that it's made out of. You can feel the weak points. You can feel the strong points. And you also, do you have any dots in forces?
Forces. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So inside that ball, you sense something that is both matter and force at the same time. For our audience, obviously, we're talking about radioactivity. But you sense that marriage of matter and forces, matter and energy working together combined.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Is it on a foundation?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. My initial plan was I was trying to imagine how he would do this. My initial plan was to come up and thump it so it would vibrate so that I could sense everything. But then once I saw that, I was like, I don't want to touch it anymore.
Yeah.
But now it's on the foundation. I'll say the same thing. I stomped on the foundation
Okay.
to make the vibration happen.
I
Yeah.
can
Let's
punch
see here.
it for you if you want.
Yeah. So,
I will punch the new.
yeah. So as you stomp, you feel the way. You feel the way the sound vibrates through it, and start to get a complete sense of what this thing is.
Right.
And it is essentially a device to to basically drop this ball down to the foundation, which will cause some sort of explosion or reaction.
Right.
So it doesn't really like you feel like you feel the word bomb.
Right.
Bomb. You know.
Well, I probably would know bomb, but I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
It just feels like a weird energy bomb.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, you may have encountered like TNT or dynamite and stuff like that before. So you're aware of the kind of matter that can make a reaction like that.
Right.
But this is something altogether new and different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So as soon as all the information comes to me, I'm just this thing is gonna drop that, and that's it's a bomb, but it's gonna sound crazy. It's like they stuffed it full of energy or electricity, but not. I can't really explain it, but this whole structure is gonna drop that ball, and the devastation is unimaginable.
We need to find this thing.
We need to
In
stop
our
this
reality.
thing.
Should we bring it down now?
That seems like such a bad
I would
idea.
not do that while we're standing right here.
Actually, Nick, give me roll perception plus let's do trying to think of what would be fun. See, perception plus, do you have technology?
Nope.
No? Okay. All right. Great. Okay.
Which is great.
So just perception.
All right.
And yeah, so just roll perception. Difficulty is actually going to be 7 on
Okay.
this one.
Can entropy get me anything here?
You will use entropy
After this roll?
Yeah. Mhm.
That is a 10 and a 7. So
Okay.
3. So 2 successes, 3. I have 4 on perceptions, and 4 is usually the threshold for where.
Yeah, so let's
Those are
count that as 3. So
Okay.
so now roll your Arate plus 3 dice. This is going to be an entropy. I'm going to say this is actually entropy 2, so your difficulty is going to be 5.
Okay.
Magic is easier in the spirit world. There are no such thing as witnesses, and nothing is really that vulgar in the spirit world because anything can happen here.
4 successes this time.
Okay, all right. So you can sense the flow of what's the word I'm looking for? Possibilities. You can sense probability. You can sense the flow of probability around this thing, and you understand that as real as it is here, nothing you do here is going to change what is happening in the physical world.
Okay.
So whatever you did to it here would not make it go away or change in the physical world. Somebody would have to physically do something in the physical world where it is.
So in this case, altering the shadow doesn't alter the object.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
I would like to investigate something.
Okay.
If I can. Someone mentioned evil government operation. I want to look around to see if there are any markings of the American government.
Oh, there is. Yeah, you don't even have to roll for that.
Okay.
Yeah, it has U.S. Army
stamped everywhere.
all over it.
So, Army.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just looking for anything that might help us figure out like where this thing could be.
Yeah, yeah.
Location.
Army, Department of Defense. Yeah. So
Cool.
yeah, it's definitely U.S. military.
Cool. I'll be
Yeah.
making some phone calls when we get back to
Yeah.
Is
our
there,
realm.
Alexander has traveled all over. That's kind of his thing. Can he tell, like, he probably hasn't been in this spot, But is there a way that he can tell based off of like geography, landmarks, the way things work and look, like what area we're looking at?
Roll intelligence plus survival. And difficulty here this is not magic. This is difficulty 8. This is hard to do.
1 success.
Oh, okay. You can tell, like, you can't get a real clear sense, but you can tell this has got to be somewhere in the southwestern U.S. Yeah. So, unfortunately, that's a very large place.
Right.
But you know enough about the geography and the the landscape to tell like you're somewhere in the desert southwest.
Okay.
So
I'm just
We're
trying to catch,
west of the Mississippi.
yeah.
I'm just trying to catch my character up on things that
Yes. Yeah.
things that I know.
Yeah. You can see just a little bit off in the distance what might be the Rocky Mountains. So you can sort of get a sense that you're not you're far enough away from the Rocky Mountains that you can't it doesn't really narrow it down, but
I'm east of the Rockies somewhere in the southwest.
Yeah. And somewhere still in visible range of at least the faintest.
Okay.
So probably not right on the Mexican-American border.
Right, yeah.
Probably a little further north than that.
Mhm, yeah, exactly. So a little bit.
East of the Rockies and west of the Mississippi.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
You shall find the place.
North of the border, a little bit.
Right.
Yeah. So
South of Canada.
yeah.
This really
Wait, did I
sounds
say
like
east
we're
of the
looking-
Rockies? No, west of the Rockies. No. East of the
No,
Rockies.
east of the. Well, it depends which state.
Well, let's see.
Yeah.
I know.
We're gonna
New
pull this
Mexico,
up.
Arizona.
To the map.
It's
Nevada.
starting to sound
Yeah.
like a little bit like where in the world is San
I mean, if we're going
Diego?
historically accurate, I know where we are, but
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
redundant.
Yeah.
And James B says east of the Rockies is correct, and I
East-
trust the
okay.
I think so too.
research.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. James V always knows everything.
Yes.
Okay. So now we
So,
queue up
yes.
our we queue up our musical number. Taking us out, Rockapella.
As you're all kind of looking at this thing, you can see like Arlo is still back where you all started. It's still just kind of like heaving. Dottie came a little bit closer, but looks really kind of wavering. She looks kind of unsteady on her feet. She stopped about where Silver stopped initially, and is just kind of standing there, just sort of. She looks like she's a little drunk, like a drunk person trying to stand up straight and look sober. And she didn't have a lot to drink. She wasn't drunk when you guys were at the party.
Do you want the rest of us to make stamina checks or anything?
Tell me your prime and forces scores.
Prime 1.
Prime 1 and no forces?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Pooja?
Same.
Okay.
I have Prime 2, none in forces, but I also
Okay.
did a stamina check already.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Yeah.
Prime 1, Forces 3.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna Dion. Have Silver make a stamina check. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Just your stamina dice.
Just
Oh.
fine.
In this
Where?
case, the more you know, the worse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where's stamina?
Yeah.
Up at the top.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
there we go.
And difficulty is 7.
1 success.
Okay. All right. So you're feeling it. You feel like you just ate some bad shrimp. It's not quite coming up yet, but you can, but you can feel like if you stay here too much longer, you might you're gonna be in pretty bad shape.
Okay.
So, yeah. As you're all kind of here staring at this thing and looking at it, you hear the hum of engines, of car engines, and then just sort of like around the horizon, you just see pairs of headlights all like speeding towards you from every different direction, and they're like just sort of speeding in and closing in on your location.
Do they also look spirity,
No, they
or do they look more physical?
they almost look exactly like the moon. It's like that same sickly green color that the moon is giving off, and so it almost looks like there's a couple of dozen tiny little moons, running forward across the horizon towards you. And yeah, so you have a minute to decide if you want to do anything before they come, but yeah. Okay.
I don't know if possible.
Yeah.
Getting the hell out of here.
Yeah, I mean, you can try. Do you say something? Because
Okay, yeah.
Ask Nona.
Yeah. Say like,
Can anybody get us out of here? I would rather them not know we're on to them.
yeah, okay. And okay, let me. Oh, I don't think I even go. Well, I know what it is for Nona anyway. Okay. Yay! I get to roll. Yay.
Yeah, you didn't actually list her spheres here.
Yeah. She's kind of got whatever I want her to have.
She's all
She's
spheres.
all the spheres. No. It's not that powerful.
Just mostly.
Okay, 3 successes. So Nona kind of shares your concern, and you can see, the wideness in her eyes, and she says, "Grab our other little sparrows, dumplings. It's time to go." And she starts running back towards where Arlo and Sophie and Dottie are. Sammy had come up with you guys, and he takes off after her as well.
Yep.
And as you all reach back and gather around Arlo, Nona pulls out of her purse a little bag of something, and she takes a drag off of her cigarette, and just as it's flared its brightest, she throws up a bunch of powder, and there's just a flash, and then and
I'm sorry, given it's Nona, I was half expecting there to be a spoon, and she'd go, "Okay, everyone, snort this real quick."
Yeah, right. Okay. Everyone snort this. We're gonna be fine. And there's a flash of light and a puff of smoke, and you're all back in the Mayflower Club, in the exact spot you were when you first found yourself transported.
Has any time passed? Does anyone notice that we've been gone?
No.
Like, I would pick that up because I was on stage playing.
Yes.
So I would pick up that we were on the same...
Uh-huh.
The same beat?
That same
literally?
beat that we were...
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah.
Actually, roll.
Make a performance check.
Yeah, roll wits plus your regular music one, not your magic music.
Art.
But art. Yeah, wits plus art.
I'm pretty witty, so
Yeah.
that helps.
Let's see how well you pick back up.
What's the difficulty? It doesn't really matter.
7. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I rolled so many ones.
Oh no.
No.
So-
just pull and cancel out if you pull out pairs.
Yeah, no. I only had 1 success and 2 failures.
Okay,
So that's
so it's not
-1.
but it's not a botch. So yeah, because you have to roll no successes and 1s for it to be a botch.
Okay.
It is a failure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Which I'm actually okay with in this moment.
Yeah. So you're standing there and you realize you're back in the middle of the song, and the song is going on, and you're just standing there like your sax is back it's in your mouth, but you're not doing anything.
Yep.
And,
the dice knew what I wanted to do. Yep.
yeah.
They
Right.
told stories.
Yeah. And Oliver kind of looks over at you like with concern, like giving you that
okay?
eye, like, you okay? Yeah.
No.
No. and so he kind of covers in like keeping the band going on. He turns back to the microphone and he says, "Silver, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Silver." And, everybody applauds and he gives you that nod like, walk off. You can, it's okay. I got you. Yeah. So, but yeah, and you'll see Nona's back, or Nona had been on stage as well, actually. And so she's kind of standing there and she just kind of casually like steps down from the stage and walks directly to the bar. So, yeah. So,
I'm insultingly sober now.
yeah, yeah. It has all worn off. It is gone. Yeah, the entire buzz is gone.
I really hope my first trip to the spirit realm would have been more fun than that.
Yeah.
I follow Nona immediately
Uh-huh.
and get a drink.
Okay.
Well,
Yep.
how
I'll
did the
go
check
find
go, by
Silver.
the way?
I leave the stage and go immediately to the bar where
Yeah.
Nona is.
We
all go to the bar.
Yeah.
I think all
just
of us
froze
are
on stage.
Yeah, I completely
converging at
froze.
the bar.
Time for
Yeah,
Mickey
yeah.
Mouse Club meeting.
Yeah. So you all step up to the bar, and
Soldier just puts a picture out.
Salazar already has like
tray of
nine
God.
9 shot glasses lined up and is just pouring like right across. Arlo passes on his, looking a little sickly as well. Which actually, let's see.
So wouldn't Salazar just have made 8?
Just made 8.
If they knew that
If
Arlo didn't want one.
If Arlo didn't want one.
Be like,
Oh,
it's like 8 shots and a cup of tea.
And a cup of water.
I see.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. But
I'm just trying to,
always
have the magic.
Arlo waves it off, but Sophie grabs 2
Oh, okay.
as we realize one of them was not for Arlo anyway. So,
I was about to say, like, someone is grabbing that other shot.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
worry, it's not
Yeah.
wasted.
yeah, and Sophie's a badass. She like picks them both up with one hand and shoots both at the same time. Like,
Wow.
Impressive.
like yeah, she seeds some shit. So, yeah. So, Nona is just kind of, she shoots her shot glass, and Salazar's making everybody's next drink for all of you, and Nona, she kind of says, "Well, I think we need to have a Mayflower Club meeting first thing tomorrow morning," and well, and by first thing I mean as soon as we all wake up, so around noon-ish. I don't know what we saw, and I don't know where that was, but something terrible is there. And we must have been pulled there for a reason. Did any of you feel anything that might be important?
I mean, everything just felt off and sickly from the life that I could sense in the area.
I mean, it's an evil well seated and tended.
Yes. I'm afraid we may be facing a new sudden challenge. I don't know how this is going to affect us yet. It certainly wasn't near here, but it could come to haunt all of us. Let's all get some sleep. Let's meet tomorrow, and we'll talk it through, see what we can find out. And very uncharacteristically of Nona, she takes her martini and she sips just enough so it won't slosh, because nothing wasted, and she leaves the party.
Oh shit!
Yeah. None of you have ever seen Nona leave the party before any of you. And yeah. And, Yeah, and yeah. So yeah, what do you do? What?
Does she really expect us to sleep?
I was gonna say I'm probably gonna grab my last drink and then go back to the rooftop and think shit out.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm gonna go to the like the salon. There's like a smoking room sort of thing where the the fireplace, the comfy leather chairs.
Yeah.
And it's not currently really being used because everyone's in the ballroom doing the big dance thing. And I'm going to start playing solitaire and meditate.
Okay.
That's sort of a ritual that that Alexandra uses.
Yeah. Okay. As you're about to head out of the club to go to the salon, you hear the screeching of wheels from the street outside and a thump, and there's a scream as well, and happening just outside.
I
the
run
street.
down towards it.
Yeah. You get to the intersection and you see that a car has run through the intersection
Yep.
and hit someone.
Saw this coming.
And
I didn't think it was going to be like this, but okay.
and you see the young man who had been trying woefully to flirt with Evelyn, and he is lying on the street, having been struck by the car, and you see in the car, looking stone-faced and in shock, is Thomas, who's just hands gripping the wheel, looking like he has no idea what just happened. No.
Fuck.
Why would you do that to Thomas?
Thanks, past Nick. No, I know exactly why he did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we can all blame Pasnick.
Yeah. Thanks, past Nick.
What a dick he is.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you can hear the siren coming.
That's quick.
Yeah.
So yeah, I shout, is there a doctor here? Is anyone here? Can someone get the hospital on the phone?
Yeah. And people are crowding around, and there's just kind of general chaos of something tragic happened. There is a guy that comes forward and he's like, "I'm a doctor," and he is like just clearly wasted. And his friends are like, "Not tonight, you aren't."
Doctor of literature.
Yeah. So, but yes, you hear somebody shout that they've called the police, and the ambulance is on its way. But you can tell that Bradford is lifeless.
Well, I knew that the moment I ran down there.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you did.
I have to put on a show.
Yeah.
I can't just turn around and be like, well,
Yeah.
Damn shame.
Yeah.
play better next time.
Right. Yeah. And by this point, most of the carousel room has emptied out, and people are either just leaving because there's too much weird shit in the vibe right now, or they're like crowding around to see the spectacle. So
Or
they just don't like being an area where cops are coming to.
Right. Yes. That's yes. That's part of it, because a lot of them have some illegal substances on them. So yeah. Banu, what are you doing?
I'm gonna pull Thomas out of the car.
Yeah. Says I didn't see him. I was trying to hit the brakes and they didn't work, and it happened so fast. I don't even know what happened. Is he okay?
Life ends for all of us.
Oh God. And he just kind of like breaks down,
And I comfort him, and I want to, like, some things are out of our control. And all we can do is walk forward and try to right the scales.
And he just kind of sits on the asphalt and just weeps.
And I hold my sweet boy.
Yeah. Roll charisma plus sympathy.
Okay. Okay. What's my difficulty?
Oh, 7.
Okay. So that is 1 success with the one eating one of them.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. So, you know your words helped, but it's going to take him some time to process this, to deal with the reality of what's happened. Yeah.
And I think at some point, like it is a part of Bonu's philosophy,
Mhm.
but like not sugarcoating it,
Yeah.
because the pain that he is feeling is something he needs to feel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If we don't acknowledge and feel what is going on around us, what is even the point of living?
Yeah.
It might as well be him on the pavement then.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's deep. The ambulance comes and they pronounce the man dead. The police are there as well, and after asking a few questions, they handcuff Thomas and put him in the squad car. A tow truck is brought in to take his car away. Within an hour or so, most of the party is scattered, the band is done. The staff is cleaning up, the party is clearly over for tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, someone being hit in front of the building's a bit of a buzzkill. So
Yeah.
It's a bit of a
And some people
sobering
had their buzz
experience.
killed before that.
Right.
Yeah. So the next day at lunch, unless anybody wants to,
do something.
do you want to do something before?
Yeah. Till the evening.
Yeah.
So I'll see the commotion, just kind of look over and be like, pity. I'm gonna go find a telephone and make a very late night phone call. I don't know if this person will answer.
Okay.
I'm gonna call one of my spies.
Ooh. Okay.
I've named him Clyde Westfield.
Okay.
He is one of my spies in the U.S. government. He may or may not be coherent at 4 a.m. or wherever he is.
Yeah. Is he in Chicago or? Is
I think he's in D.C.
in DC.
So I decided one of my spies is in the
So-
government, the other one's like an underworld contact. We'll decide
yeah.
we need to know.
So it's what, midnight here?
Well, if it's
Because
yeah,
It's like, 3
1,
hours, I
I
think.
guess.
yeah, it's
That's
probably
very-
about 1 o'clock. So say
Four.
it's
Probably
like
like 5
4 a.m.
For
and-
the poor
Yes.
dude.
yeah,
Fine.
yeah,
Sure, he's used
Whatever,
to.
he should be getting up anyway.
Yeah.
right, yeah. Okay, and okay, so his name's Clyde Westfield.
Clyde Westfield.
Okay,
So I named him.
all right. Yeah. So
Calling him at home.
yeah. It rings for quite a while, and but then it finally picks up, and you hear a pretty sleepy voice on the other side say, "Clyde Westfield."
Hello, Clyde. This is Agent Metis. And he would know
Yeah.
that. That's like her code name.
What? Why are you calling me?
Something big is going down. I need you to help me find out what.
Okay. Hold on. Let me get a pen. And he just kind of like you hear some scuffling around and shuffling, and then a few seconds later he says, "Okay, what's going on?"
Let's say I'll describe how the U.S. Army is building something, some kind of death machine, and I'll describe what we saw. Like I think there are some people in the government who knows like what Agent Metis really is. So he'll know she's serious. So she'll describe the machine, and it's going to make a lot of people sick. It's going to kill a lot of people. She wants to know what it is, and she'll give the physical description. She mentions it's U.S. Army. She thinks it's somewhere in the U.S. Southeast. Anything he can find out, and she'll give him a number to reach her at.
Okay. All
And
right.
tell him, tread carefully now, Clyde.
Yeah, if it's a army project and it's a death machine, it's gonna be hard to get some information on it. But I'll see what I can do. Guess I'm going into work early.
Sorry to wake you up.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll let you know as soon as I find out anything.
All right.
I want you to roll for me. I'll have you roll it. Roll manipulation plus enigmas.
I ain't got no enigmas. Do have manipulation.
One success.
One success. Okay. Oh, actually, would it be different if you used investigation?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So it's a roll investigation.
Okay.
So add whatever.
No, still just one success.
Still, it's just one success. Okay. All right. Okay. So yeah. So he'll he hangs up with you, and he says he'll call as soon as he finds anything out. So you do know that it's about to be Sunday morning, so so that might actually work in his favor because it's going to be a little less populated where he works. But yeah, so but he says he'll try to get back to you as soon as he can. Yeah. The next morning, you all gather down in the restaurant area of the carousel room, Salazar has known as Bloody Mary waiting, and whatever any of you would like is there waiting for you. The waitress is not so prepared. The waitress doesn't seem to know what you want to eat. She has to ask. So
Nobody's perfect.
like a mortal. But you're all able to order a little brunch, and pretty soon everybody gathers. Arlo looks like hell. Like you can tell he's like barely asleep. He looks kind of like wasted away a little bit. Like looks like somebody who is dehydrated and probably spent the whole night throwing up.
I just say, Arlo, you look like shit this morning.
Thank you. You look radiant as always. I feel like shit. Ooh.
Here, have one of
That's
these, and I slide over the mimosa. It'll
Does
settle.
Silver need some hangover magic?
That's not going to do it. Hold on, and I'm going to order him 2 raw eggs and a glass with Tabasco and a shot of gin.
Meanwhile, he can see me like working on Silver's hangover to make sure.
Yeah.
With my magic. It's like, haha, not for you.
Yeah. So you're fixing Silver's hangover,
Of
but not
course,
Arlo.
I would punch a nuclear bomb for Silver. I will cure his headache.
But for Arlo, you would punch his face.
Yes, now I understand.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've discovered my character.
Are you feeling nauseous? Let me help with that.
Yeah.
Punches him in the stomach.
Yeah.
Stomp on your
Now
foot,
it's
you
all
won't notice.
clear.
It would fix it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna order him and watch him drink down this horrible hangover concoction.
Yeah.
That I'm going to tell him is this tried and true remedy and blah, 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 blah.
Is this true?
I mean, it's not the
Or
worst
does-
hangover cure I've
It's
ever
not, exactly, it's not untrue.
Roll manipulation plus leadership.
How about subterfuge?
Subterfuge is fine. Yes. Your difficulty is 6.
One success.
Okay. All right. He looks at you very dubiously.
I swear by it, Arlo. I know it sounds disgusting.
Yeah.
Believe me, the first time someone gave me one of these, I thought they were just fucking with me. But it'll help you feel much better, my friend.
Okay. All right. He's so he shoots it. He looks like he's gonna hurl for a little bit, but he like holds his mouth shut and clenches a couple of times and then like chokes it down. And he says, "Well, I still feel like shit, but maybe it'll work soon." But,
Just give it a little time.
Is everybody here? Are we still waiting for some people?
No, everybody's here. Dottie is the last one to arrive. Dottie walks in and she's got dark sunglasses on. She's, usually she does not come downstairs without a perfect face and her hair, fully curled and everything. But it's clear, like she's got the dark sunglasses and she's like, she's put on lipstick, but clearly not with a steady hand, and she's just wearing like a very simple dress and a sweater, and just kind of like sits in a chair and just kind of hunches there and sips coffee. But once she arrives, everyone is there.
As soon as Dottie walks in and sits down, Silver will stand up and go, as much as I would love to keep talking about Arlo's hangover, that's not why we're here. So, can we talk about last night?
Yes, let's talk about last night. Does anyone have any thoughts, any intuitions come to them in the middle of the night?
Intuitions, no, but I did make a phone call to a friend of mine in the government, and we'll see what he has to say. Hopefully we'll have some news in another day or week.
Oh, that's excellent, darling. Well, hopefully he'll have something to tell us.
Hopefully.
I have no idea what this is all about.
Does anybody know how we got transported there in the first place?
I'm afraid that was my fault. I don't exactly know how, but I pulled you all there. I went back and examined my own behavior just before and realized something had called to me, and I didn't quite pick it up at the time, but something reached out to me, and without even thinking about it, I pulled you all there through the spirit. Yeah.
Any idea where those cars might have come from? Like, who was driving them?
Well, I wouldn't know.
I would assume the U.S. Army.
In the spirit world?
Well,
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if some people had decided to side with those in power. Wouldn't be the first time.
not at
Indeed.
all the first time. No.
Can I ask a
Yeah.
question? Like,
Uh-huh.
meta-wise, how familiar are our characters with the idea of the technocracy as opposed to the traditions?
Yeah, you're fairly aware of it. Nona has talked about it before. It's not always talked about as the technocracy or any kind of specific names, really. But it, she has talked about how there is this there are people, there are forces in the world that are trying to dominate magic, and in that, and she told all of you when you were inducted into the Mayflower Club that while she didn't know what the war was, she knew that the war was coming between those who want to dominate and those who want to preserve, and that all of you would play some sort of role in that. So, I would say, like, who has points in esoterica?
I've got one.
I do.
Okay.
Yeah. 1 or 2.
1, 2,
None.
none. Okay, all right. So with some points in esoterica, you probably well, actually, let's have you roll intelligence plus esoterica for those who have it. And
Oh wait, I misread.
Oh, no.
That was a mix.
oh, in English. Oh, okay.
Intelligence.
If you don't have esoterica, you can do straight intelligence. Just
That
roll
would be
intelligence.
I realized, like, everyone has esoterica. I have law.
One
I've
success.
gotten that too.
Okay. What, intelligence? Okay.
One success.
Okay.
Assuming it's 7, right?
Yes, 7.
Ooh, I got 2 successes. 'Cause I'm smart.
Ooh.
They're
Nice.
smart.
No
only have two
successes,
two
but if we were
dots in
playing
intelligence.
Wild Talents today, yeah.
Nice.
It's not a botch, but
Yeah. And Silver,
One success.
just one. Okay, so Silver and Alexander had 1 success, and you
I
had
had
2
two.
successes, but no esoterica.
Correct.
Okay.
Just intelligence.
So yeah, so Silver and Alexander, you both, you both recall like the words technocracy and New World Order, like those words have come up before. And those terms have come up before, and you seem to remember that there is there is connection between that faction and all levels of power in the world that Nona has explained to you, and Evelyn, you don't, not really thinking of them as a faction of mages. You know from your experiences and from your spies and your background that there is definitely an element of magic users who work clandestinely with the government, and probably all governments around the world, whether those governments know it or not. You know? So yeah.
So you think it might be some of those MIBs that you've been talking about?
Yeah. The Men in Black. Yes. Yes, I suppose it probably is. And perhaps that's who was in those cars.
That makes sense.
Wrapping my head around the idea that the government is using magic, because I tried to describe it last night, but that bomb, the construction wasn't just explosives. I don't really have words to put it in, but all I could say is it's not a local killer. It's larger than a bomb. It's not just gonna blow up. It's more elemental.
if what we saw was anything to go by, then the materials used in it means that it'll leach the life out of wherever it hits. Indiscriminate. For who knows how long to come.
Hang on. So this might be a clarification for you, because you
Okay.
told me that in that area I could still sense like insects and bugs and like stuff. So there was life still there.
Mm-hmm.
Go
Does
for
that mean
snakes.
anything? because you're saying there was no life at all, but Evelyn did sense some life, but definitely the humans.
Yes.
So I just want to
although,
make sure.
so clarifying what Banu sensed and showed you all, the life leeching was the future that was happening around us.
Okay.
Right.
So-
Like in the moment, the bomb was still in the
Uh-huh.
in the
Yeah.
mechanism. It hadn't
Okay.
been dropped yet.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. So you sensed the life that was currently there,
Mm-hmm.
but but then when Banu showed you both the past and the future of this place,
Gotcha. Okay, I see
that
what you're
like
saying.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's when the sense of life had been leached out. Yeah, yeah. Does that make sense? Yeah. That,
Anybody have any idea where that was? Like where we can go to stop this?
Somewhere in the southwest, in between the. Yeah, I saw the Rockies. I could just make out the Rockies to one side.
you felt some of it, Sophia says over her coffee. Is it, you sensed something? You could see something?
Way off in the distance, I caught the edge of what I think are the Rocky Mountains, and the rest of the brush and general environment suggested southwest to me.
Well,
Arizona, Utah, New Mexico.
well, if you all help, I can do some big magic and maybe we can narrow it down. Yeah, so she says, oh, why don't you all join me on the rooftop? As soon as the sun's at its highest, we'll start.
Isn't it already noon though?
Yeah, yeah. You got,
So right now.
you got about 20 minutes. Yeah.
Finish your coffee and your eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Head on up.
Yeah. Eat quick. We'll do some big magic.
Some big magic.
Okay. Okay. So so you gather on the rooftop, and out on the sort of veranda outside of the main center apartment, which is known as, there's sort of an open outdoor space filled with lush vegetation, which some staff takes care of, obviously, because Nona would just water it with vodka.
There's water
Plants should
in
have
there
fun too, darling.
Meanwhile, I come in, I'm like,
plant's crave,
nope, let's
right?
pull that out.
Yeah. And then there's there's just this fairly well kept lush patch of grass, and as you all gather there, Sophia sits at the northernmost point of the patch of grass, and she has placed a single rock at various points, and tells you all to be seated, be seated with your rock,
How big are the rocks?
they're about about the size of
Poker chip size?
yeah, about poker chip size. Yeah. What does Alexander's rock look like? How do you know it's his?
Alexander's rock is gray, but mostly gray, but it has like a green stripe that goes through.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't look like it's another gem or anything like that. It just looks like it's like a discoloration in this particular rock with that green bit on it,
Okay.
which goes all the way through. So flipping it over, you can see it continues on the other side.
Mhm.
As you said, it's about poker chip size, but it doesn't quite lie flat. It's got a little bit of a rounded edge on it.
Okay. All right. What does Banu's rock look like?
I think Banu's rock is it's kind of a weird, oddly shaped, and for some reason covered in coal dust.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What about Silver's?
It's a very smooth oval-shaped rock,
Mm-hmm.
and looks like a normal rock mostly, but it's brightly colored. It's like a tealish color,
Uh-huh.
but it has the sort of like rock waves in it that you could tell the sort of was the wave of the rock face that it came out of, and the shape of the coloration or the discoloration that's kind of yellowish looks like a whole note
Ah, nice. Okay.
on the face of it.
Love it. Okay. What about Evelyn's?
Evelyn's, it's kind of like a messy crystal point, but it's kind of like a charcoal gray with a little bit of rust red. She doesn't know it, but it's a Super 7.
Super
Do
7.
you know what a Super 7 is?
I don't.
It's a rock that has like a whole bunch of different kinds of minerals in it.
Oh,
And in witchcraft, they're known to be very powerful, but
nice.
not that you know.
Okay. Awesome. So you all sit in front of your rocks, arrayed in a circle around, around this patch of grass, and in the center there's a small leather pouch that she places just right in the center. She doesn't open it or anything; just sets it right there. She pulls out a clay bowl and puts it in front of her and sprinkles some like it seems like dried leaves into it, and then just lights it and lets the smoke start to billow. Nona is chain smoking her cigarette as well, and adding to the smoke, and so you all stand around and she and Sophie begins to talk you through the spell, and she asks you to picture yourself where you were. Picture the most intense physical sensation that you had during the time, and bring that physical sensation to your mind. And she says, Evelyn, bring our senses to the forefront, and so I'm going to have you roll Arte.
Okay.
And this would be life, and so you're
So Arte plus life?
and this would be three dot life.
Yeah.
So that's going to be and this is going to be well, you're safe here. It's vulgar magic, but it's in your chantry. So so its difficulty would be 6.
Okay.
And also remember, you guys could use a willpower point to get an automatic success as well.
I had 1 success, but it's a 10. So
Okay. Hey, there you go.
Okay.
And you can also remember you can spend quintessence to lower the difficulty. So if I say the difficulty is 6 and you spend a point of quintessence, the difficulty becomes 5.
And we have to tell you all those things before we roll.
Before you roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know how that works.
Yes. Sorry. Yeah. So sorry. That's what happens when I teach the game as we're playing it. But that's all right. But if you want to do any of those things, I'd let you do that.
Okay. I didn't know that was an option. Thanks.
Yes. I figured that. That's why I thought I'd remind us that we had those options. But yeah. But that's okay. You got a success. So so as you as you what does your magical energy feel like to other people? Like when you're doing the hangover cure, what is the sensation that they get physically other than just the pain disappearing?
I feel like it's. I feel like it would be something very like physical, like the breathing, the heartbeat. So I feel like people would probably feel like the heartbeat pulse through all them, but like at the same time.
Yeah, everybody's pulse syncs up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Breathing all together.
Yeah. And and you can all feel yourselves sync. Your breathing syncs up. That you can hear your own pulse, and you may not hear other people's pulse, but you feel them syncing up with you. If you have at least one point in life, you are able to sense that is true, that everyone's heartbeat and breathing has synced up. And as that happens, you start to feel the physical sensations of everybody else. So you feel a little bit of a shiver of cold as you realize Sophia felt chill, and you feel that stinging pain in your knees as that Arlo felt from collapsing to his knees to throw up. You feel a little lightheaded, woozy, and you realize that was Dottie's experience and the physical sensation that she felt. And you feel woozy, but you know that you're stable. You're not actually going to fall over. What does it feel? What is Banu? What is the physical sensation that everyone feels from Banu?
I think that there's you feel like a sharp pain, like a sudden onset migraine.
Okay. Yeah.
This was the feeling
like-
we had when we
We were in the other room.
Yeah, while you were in the spirit world.
Gotcha.
At any point during the spirit world, whatever was the most physical sensation that you had.
Gotcha.
Yeah. What about Alexander?
From Alexander, you have almost a kind of greasy feeling that came from the light of that bilious moon.
Okay. Yeah. It feels like your skin is greasy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. What about Silver?
like a deep shudder down the spine that makes you literally shiver
Yeah.
from like the moment where we saw what was happening and
Yeah.
saw and came out of that. So yeah, everybody feels like that
Yeah.
just terrible spinal shiver.
Okay. And what about Evelyn?
I think it was that moment of nausea. That was like that first whiplash that he felt, and then just be like, nope,
Yeah.
I'll go down.
Yeah. Okay. So these are very overwhelming. So I want each of you to roll stamina plus athletics,
Oh, okay.
and difficulty is 7. Yeah.
Dang. Oh, dang.
Just tell me if you got a botch.
Nope.
This is like a super awesome roll.
No.
Yeah.
I know, right?
3 10s and then 2
Oh,
more
my
successes.
God.
Oh, nice.
Damn.
Okay.
I feel
Yeah.
great.
So everybody got at least one success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. So then she asks Sammy to bring everyone's thoughts together, and as Sammy reaches out to your mind, you kind of feel like you smell that whiff of really quality paper, like somebody just opened a brand new, very well printed book in front of you, and you just have that little whiff of scent as his very gentle mental presence begins to connect all of your minds together. Sophia says, to center your thoughts and give us the most important thought that you had. And we'll start with Banu and go. Or if you need time to think and you want to pass.
I'm gonna pass for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alexander?
The most important thought from the other realm.
Yeah.
I need a second. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, I got mine. I got mine.
Okay, all right.
Evelyn had a moment of like, finally a purpose, a new crusade.
Oh, okay. All right. So it's actually a feeling like a sense of intention. Like
Excitement for this new.
Is there almost like relief?
No, I think it's
okay.
just like, oh, goody, a new mystery.
Yeah.
Like a reason. Because like she was complaining in the last episode, like, when's Nona going to get serious? Now, like, oh, look, something serious is happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay. Silver?
It's the moment we saw the vision, and I saw that it was like very apparently a military thing. So the thought would have been, "Oh no, I know where this is going.
Yeah.
I know what this is going to be. Like this is bad."
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. You guys have something, or you can also,
I-
we can also like, we don't have to go through every single question for everybody. Yeah.
We can't let them do this again.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. You got one.
For Alexander, it was the little spike of warning that he gets when he's in like a rigged game or in over his head on a hand or a bet.
Yeah. Banu, what who is them for you? Who did the others feel in their mind is the them that you have to stop?
Hey,
Let me
there's
ask-
always, like, in Banu's past, the government that was decided for them.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's this government that was decided for them.
Yeah. Okay. So it's not a specific person or group of people. It's that sense of like, there is an authority that wants to control you.
Yes.
Yeah.
That there is an authority that has been placed over us
Yeah.
that we have no say in.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like Banu and Silver are having a very similar response.
Yeah.
Banu is just more globally knowledgeable to see the bigger picture. Where
Yeah.
Silver is hyper focused on like, I know what
Yeah.
this government can do.
Discipline. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm like, it's not that Banu knows, like, the world,
Mm-hmm.
but they know where they came from.
Right.
Yeah.
And, like, India is still under British colonial rule at this point.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Everybody roll intelligence.
No.
Oh.
No. Anytime that's the roll.
Intelligence plus meditation. No.
Oh
Why
no.
are you like this?
Why do you hate me?
Ah, not bad.
Oh no,
Oh, this is
I
terrible.
botched.
You botched?
I
meditation, my
barely-
sevens.
Okay. Was that
Seven?
7? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have such a.
I'm gonna spend a
Yeah.
quintessence to make it easier.
Oh, yeah. This is magic, so you can,
One,
yeah.
two.
I rolled 1, 2.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
all. That's
You rolled
it.
8.
That's it. Okay.
That's it.
A2. All right.
But I did not roll a
That's
1.
better than a 1.
You're
Oh,
right.
I got an 8 and a cocked one.
Okay.
I got an 8.
I have 2 successes. One is a 10, but since I don't have a 4 in any of these, I think it just
Yeah.
counts as 1.
Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. And Evelyn botched.
Yeah.
Oh,
First
no.
launch of the game.
I know. So,
And it wasn't us.
so I think so. So tell me if this feels right for you, and feel free to change the narrative if you want. But I feel like everyone else's thoughts were, like fear, nervousness, concern, and Evelyn's thought was, excitement. And because it's so discordant from everybody else, that that excitement kind of wafts all over you, and just kind of like shocks everybody out a little bit of the meditation, Sammy like locks eyes with you. He says, "Please, Evelyn, try to stay focused."
Sorry.
No.
Oh my god, disappointed teacher!
Yeah,
I'm surprised you just say, Evelyn, what the fuck?
yeah.
Well,
But in nicer terms.
Yeah. That is as close as Sammy
Yes.
gets to what the fuck. Yeah. And he actually like pulls up a piece of grass and then just gently blows it, and it sort of floats on the air over to you and just kind of like lightly settles on your folded hands, and you feel just kind of a little wave of like additional mental fortitude.
Thanks, Sammy.
Nah, and,
He's a good kid. I think Evelyn likes him.
Yeah, he is a good kid. Yeah, Sammy's the best. Okay, and so so then with your minds and bodies synced, it's time to sync yourselves magically, and you feel so Sophia says to Dottie, bring us together with the energy of creation, and you feel this sort of radiating warmth from Dottie, and in the center of you, sort of sprouting around the bag, the little leather pouch that Sophia had put there, there's actually just a growth of vines that sort of swirl up and around, forming a globe around the leather pouch, and then vines sort of twist and braid up, sprouting into flowers, and each flower has a little point of light in it, and there are 9 of them, and each one facing each of you, and you can see. You can see with your primal senses that there's a connection of that light energy connecting your forehead to the flower, and radiating down as it swirls around, and the sort of globe around the satchel begins to spin on an axis, like a globe, like a map globe. It's lower uppercase G globe. So yeah, and as it's spinning, Sophia says, "All right, Alexander, remember everything that you can." And she basically, so you can feel the energy sort of shift to you, and you feel the strength of each of them coming to you. Give me so each of the 3 of you roll however many dots you have in prime.
How unfortunate.
Same.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing 7.
Yeah, 7. Yeah. No.
Mm-mm.
Okay. No. Okay. All right.
And
I thought you said 3 of you. Am I supposed to roll?
Oh, I meant 3. Yeah, you
Oh,
was the
including
third
me.
one. Yeah,
Right.
Sorry.
Alexander the
I'm
All
getting
9.
right.
bonuses
Oh wait, I have
here.
2.
Yeah.
I got 2 successes.
Nice.
Oh.
Hey.
Nice.
Ooh. Okay. I'm just gonna roll 8 dice, or what is it? Yeah, 8 dice for the NPCs. This is a randomizer. So, oh, okay. That did really
Pick
well,
up the weight.
actually. So, yeah. Okay. So, how many successes do we get total? You
2.
2. Okay. Okay. Plus
Slackers.
Yep.
plus another 5.
7.
All right.
Nice.
I rolled 5 successes.
Nice.
So yeah.
Thanks.
It's funny, you botched and you got on one of the rolls and got the most successes. But
The only.
okay,
Only.
so Nick, you're going to roll your arete.
Mm-hmm.
This is a difficulty 10, but you get 7 additional dice.
Okay.
You can spend quintessence to lower them, to lower the difficulty, or you can spend willpower to have an automatic success.
I will spend a willpower, get an automatic success first off, and then yeah, I'll spend a quintessence.
Okay.
Uh,
Difficulty 9.
yeah.
You can spend a number of quintessence equal to your avatar rating, or arete rating for
Right.
the others of you. Yeah.
No, I'll just spend the 1 point
Okay.
for now. So
Okay.
I've got 7 dice plus my arete plus I've got too many dice here.
Okay.
No, I do have the right amount of dice.
Okay.
Okay.
Before you do, though, pull out your cards.
They're ready.
All right. All right. Deal 1 for the dealer. And deal 1 for yourself. And flip it over.
Oh, dealer
That's it.
comes in with a King of Hearts, and I come in with the Jack of Spades.
Okay. Yeah. So take one of your dice away.
So far, this sucks.
What happens when you ask for an avatar?
Yeah.
Isn't it great? You want an avatar, Nick?
Oh, he's burn
I
one,
do.
burn one.
I like it.
Burn one.
1, 2, 3. 3. Oh, wait. Minus the ones.
Yeah.
1 success.
Ooh, including your 1 from a willpower point?
2 successes.
2 successes. Okay.
Damn.
All right.
I saw all those dice. I was super happy.
Well, it's the ones. It's the ones that get you.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So, all right. So, yeah. So as the globe spins, you can see the primal light begins to form the shapes of the continents of Earth, and then as the shapes form, it begins to slow a little more and a little more, and it gradually comes to a stop with the southwestern United States facing due north directly towards Sophia. So only those like sitting next to Sophia would also kind of see that where it stands, but Sophia takes an old-fashioned paper map of the U.S. and lays it out on the ground, and then she just sort of reaches her hands forward, and as she kind of lowers them, it makes the globe lower down as well, and a single beam of light streaks out from the globe and burns a hole in the map, a tiny little hole in the map, right in New Mexico. The feelings, the sensations, the physical sensations that you were feeling are the first to go. Then the thoughts that you feel your pulses and your breathing start to return to your individual rates, and then the mental images or the thoughts that everyone was having that you were sharing began to fade from your memory like a lost dream, and then the plant just kind of shrinks back into the earth, and leaving just the leather pouch just sitting there on the ground in front of the map with the marking on it. And Sophia says, "Looks like White Sands, New Mexico. Seems like that's where this is all happening."
Never heard of it.
But you were there. We were there.
I mean, if it was anything like what we saw in the spirit realm, it's probably pretty empty.
I don't know
At
it.
least we got that big ball marker.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Nona, Nona speaks, and she says, I think, darlings, that we have to go investigate. We have to see what's going on. But I think some of us should stay here and make sure that this isn't something that gets away from us all. And she says, Alexander. Oh no, actually, no. Evelyn has tarot, right?
No, I
Oh.
think we gave that to Alexander.
Oh,
It
okay.
fit his theme
you
better.
weren't using that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Alexander doesn't
Well,
use
the
tarot, but
well,
he
like
does
the cards
does
thing,
regular
yeah.
cards,
right,
yeah.
he does cartomancy.
It just
Yeah.
made more sense for you than for me to do that.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, it was super fun having the tarot for the.
It was fun for
yeah.
character creation.
Yeah. It was. Yeah. Alexander, would you deal the cards, please?
Do you want me to actually deal cards, or are we just gonna roll some dice?
No.
Okay.
No. We're gonna do neither. So.
It's like you have some people already chosen.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah. It's like I just feel like story-wise, there's like a really, I feel like I know where I want this to go.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kick back on this sofa here, and
It's like, it's like somehow all of us
regular.
are staying in Seattle.
Right.
Who would have thought it?
It's like 'cause your dream team to go investigate this is for sure Dottie and Sophia and
Yeah.
Nona and Nona.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Dottie, Sophia, Nona, Arlo, and Sammy are going to go to investigate this momentous event, and the four of you are going to stay in Seattle
And drink and listen to
I'm gonna
music.
Yes.
read Wonder Woman.
yeah. So the cards are all dealt, and they come out, and so as they're all dealt, each of you end up with one of the aces. And so let's see, Ace of Hearts, Ace of Diamonds, Ace of Clubs, and Ace of Spades. So, and then the other five end up with random cards, which seem to, portend nothing. And Nona says, well, there we have it. Fate is spoken. Silver, Banu, Alexander, Evelyn, I think it's time to have four of you take a little trip. But don't worry. I can't see the entire future, but I know you'll be back. So don't give it too much of a fret. Let's get to work, and we'll get you on a flight tomorrow. I'd say we could teleport you there, but I don't think we want to all explode in paradox before we even get started. So conventional travel it is. If you don't want something so glamorous as the airline, we can always get you on a train.
Airline seems fine.
It's fun. It's exciting and new.
Indeed.
And they have two cars.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, I'm okay.
Well, make your preparations, and Sammy and I will take care of the arrangements for you and make sure everything's in place. And my darlings, please do be careful. We have no idea what to expect. But if anyone can do it, it's you. And she gets up. She takes Sammy by the hand, and they go inside and start making phone calls. But yeah, so they start. the others kind of, Sophia and Sophia kind of gets up and, she packs up all her things and starts back in. Arlo just kind of like lays back on the grass and just like passes out.
Disc.
And Dottie is eerily quiet. And it kind of heads back inside as well. What do each of you want to do?
I'm gonna pack a bag and wait by the phone to see if Clyde calls me back.
Okay.
But I don't think we had answering machines.
That's true.
Already said.
There are no answering
Sorry for a
machines.
call.
Yeah.
What do you mean? He can just leave you a voicemail.
Just gonna
Could you do a
text me.
telegram? Yeah.
So I want to before everyone leaves. I
Yeah.
want to say, well, the advantage of a plane is it's going to get there. It's going to get us there fast. But if we took a train, that meant we can bring a little more with us if we need anything. Based on what's going on, I wouldn't mind having a couple of toys in my bag.
Well, what do you need more than your toys and a couple changes of clothes? I can't imagine. We'll be there for more than a few days.
I'm talking more hardware.
Gene bathroom break. Wait.
Oh, you mean hardware. I see. That's a question about air travel back then.
Oh, you can-
Well, they
Oh no,
didn't
no!
have-
I mean, obviously there was no
Yeah, you
No,
can
no, they
bring
had
anything
X-ray
to plane.
machines.
Yeah.
right. I just meant in terms of like amount. You can only pack so much on a plane. You can put a lot more on a train.
Yeah, I guess we do need a lot of ammo. Like, how many of us have firearms?
I do.
All of us?
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah,
I don't.
several.
All right, it's fine. Well, you can have one of Alexander's guns. The shootout at the corral. And
That's okay. I will
White
just
Sands
beat
Grill.
them with a chair. It'll be
I'm
fine.
also a brawler, but I also have
I will try to never hit something in this whole game. It's
I-
not magic, it's bullets. That's
Yeah.
I've also got melee, but like,
And some sort of-
chairs are more fun.
Yes, they are.
magic or bullets.
Right there. with
But I appreciate a train travel situation because I would like to bring my familiar with me.
Okay.
And it doesn't pack particularly well.
Okay. Quick, someone use mine. Hey guys, we changed our mind. Train instead of airplane. Thank you.
you. Well,
Well,
I'm just
it's
gonna,
the retcon.
Yeah, I'm gonna see what the odds are that there's a train that's traveling to Albuquerque. Tomorrow morning.
From Seattle. So it would, although it would cost us several days of travel. Sorry.
Aren't you always supposed to make a left at Albuquerque? Got the Bugs Bunny line?
I thought it was. I shouldn't have made that left at Albuquerque.
Oh. Yeah.
I
guess
hope.
the-
All right, let's make that a goal to be like the last line of the episode.
So we should look up where White Sands is in relation to Albuquerque.
All right.
And then I guess
Yeah, Google.
left from our perspective would be what, east?
Yes.
Because we're coming from the north south. Yeah.
So you'll get a mind ping. We changed our mind.
Oh,
We want
okay.
to take
By
a train
train.
instead of plane.
Okay, train. Okay. Well, fortunately, Sammy knew that, so that's what they booked for you.
I figured we just went, Sammy.
Okay. Sorry, checking something. Okay.
As we all get our things together. I decided to bring my familiar.
Oh, okay. All right,
It
great.
seems like the time when it could be useful.
Can't wait to see what it is.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Oh, yeah, we didn't know.
Yeah.
White Sands is southeast of Albuquerque.
Uh-huh.
So we indeed are at some point going to have to make a left
Yeah.
In
at Albuquerque.
And regret it.
Perfect.
I mean,
It
Yeah.
is southeast.
Yeah. Okay. So, let's see. So yeah. So they say they've booked a train for you. It's going to be leaving tomorrow morning. Will be the first time, the first train you'll be able to get going to wherever the closest station would be, the plot appropriate first closest station. Yeah, probably Albuquerque. So
Funny name.
yeah. So you're bringing your familiar, and you're bringing some hardware. I heard?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So I have a steamer trunk packed that is in 3 layers. The bottom layer is hidden, so it's a hidden compartment.
Yeah.
And in there I have one thing about Alexander that you would all know is he almost always wears a big revolver on his hip as part of his whole deal. Since there's no concealed carry laws, I don't believe that affect us. Or maybe he's just lucky enough that no one's ever called him on it.
Right.
Wait, are you even? You're open carrying them though, right? You're
Right,
not
right, right.
hiding them.
Yeah.
Well, we are.
That's true. Open carry.
Yeah.
But in the lower compartment of the trunk, there is a Tommy gun and a sawed-off shotgun
Oh,
that
okay.
are nestled in there with appropriate ammo and stuff like that. And then the middle layer is clothes and everything you would expect on there. And the top layer is an assortment of stage magic items.
Yeah. Okay.
So the rings, specialized doodads, things like that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Great. Okay. So, yeah. And anything else we're bringing? Anything else specific and special? I mean,
I feel like just our magic tools and
Yeah.
maybe some firearms and clothes to
Okay.
last for a while.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how many
Cash.
people would know this, but Silver always has a 1911 pistol tucked in behind him
I
Okay.
probably know.
at all times.
Yeah.
And always,
Good choice.
just in case whatever scene instrument he's carrying gets damaged or gets taken from him at some point, he always has a harmonica in his pocket too.
Yeah. Okay.
So those 2 things are always on me. I don't pack anything special.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah, just like I've always got, a couple decks of cards and some dice.
Right.
and
Right. Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah. Okay. And then just a side note, we don't give a shit about historical accuracy. We're not going to deal with segregation and train travel. So
fuck that.
so we're just going to ignore that was a thing right now. And
Fine by me.
so yeah, the 4 of you are able to travel together, no problem. So yeah. So your train is leaving at around 5:30 the next morning. You all gather up and
Well, are we moving to the next day?
yes,
Okay,
yeah,
so
sorry, yeah. You
really
wanna
quickly
do,
before
yeah, you want to do
Before we do
anything
that-
else?
Before we do
Sorry.
that, there was just one more thing.
Okay.
So I know I wanted to, just because I would have noticed, and I would have, I don't know, I appreciate this person. They're so much different from me, so I appreciate their difference. So I would have paid attention to them. I want to check on Dottie really
Yeah.
quickly before we go.
Okay.
'Cause, like, Arlo came in and made this whole big scene about how he
Right.
didn't feel good.
Yeah.
But Dottie came in and didn't feel good and just kind of sat there with it.
Yeah.
And then we also felt that feeling during the experience.
Yeah.
And nobody spoke on it. So I want to,
Yeah.
like, if
yeah.
I could just stop by and
Okay. Yeah.
check on Dottie and just see how she's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you press her doorbell on her apartment, and it takes a little while longer than you would have expected, but she finally opens the door, and she's wearing a bathrobe, and and she's got she's got a hot water bottle on her head, actually, and you can see there's dark circles under her eyes, and and this is a young woman who always dresses to the nines. She loves to look fashionable and put together. She does not let herself be seen as a mess ever, and so so this is a very unusual state for you to see her in. But Silver, hi, honey. What can I do for you?
And nothing. I just wanted to check on you. I saw that you weren't feeling good, and we all felt that feeling you felt. So I
Oh,
just wanted to You okay?
Oh, you're such a doll. Come on in. And she, she just kind of like lets the door swing open, and she goes and she just like flops into the sofa. It's like, oh, honey, I gotta tell you, like I have been feeling a mess, an absolute mess since we got there. I don't know what's wrong with me. I feel like I got some sort of stomach flu or something, but I'm not throwing up, so I guess count my blessings, huh? You not feeling anything?
No, I got a hint of it while we were there, but I don't know. Somehow I was able to shake it, but I definitely felt some of the nausea, but not to this degree.
Uh, yeah, I feel like I'm dying a little bit. Oh my God, not to be melodramatic.
Yeah, don't
But-
don't say that.
I just don't know what to make of it. Now, could you get me a seltzer water out of the fridge, honey?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'll grab it for her.
And, she says, sit down, make yourself at home. Are you feeling okay?
Don't worry about me right now. I'm worried about you. You want me to go grab Evelyn to see if she could? She might be able to help you and make you feel better.
Oh, maybe so. Yeah. I didn't even think about asking for help. And Arlo just kind of like acts like such a drama queen about it all. I know he's feeling sick, but you don't have to preach it. But I sure could use something to make me feel better. That's for sure. And I'm getting so desperate. I was thinking about trying Alexander's hangover cure.
Don't. Definitely do not drink that. I don't know why that man drank it. That was his problem. Do not. If you do nothing else, do not drink that drink. I'm gonna go get Evelyn. I'll come right back.
All right. Thanks, sweetheart.
Oh, I
No,
was
just come on
thinking that.
back. Yeah.
I'm coming.
Yeah. And, so you get there and you see what Silver's seeing,
Yeah.
and
Ooh.
yeah, and she's you can see like like you can just feel like there's clothes everywhere, like she hasn't picked up since a couple of days ago, and she's just kind of like on the couch, just like half passed out.
Oh, poor thing.
Evelyn, darling, thank you so much, honey. Can you tell what's wrong with me?
All right. Give me your hands. So at first I want to just kind of like have her just kind of like tell me what's wrong, but like just kind of like send me the feelings, the sensation she has, so I can kind of like analyze, is it magical or is it physical first?
Yeah. Okay. All right. So roll intelligence plus. Do you have medicine?
No.
No. Okay.
Wait, that's a. Oh wait, where is it?
So
No.
knowledge.
No.
No. Okay. Roll intelligence plus your life sphere. Actually,
Okay.
let's just do that. Yeah. I usually don't make you do an Arte roll for just like sensing things.
That is 2 successes.
Okay. All right. Okay. So the first thing you can tell is that that it's not just a physical ailment. There's a magical element to this too. You have 1 dot in prime, right? Or 2?
Oh, in prime. I have 2
in
in
prime. 2 in prime.
I heard
okay.
crime and I was like, that's not.
Oh yeah. yeah.
That is a skill.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the crime sphere. You can sense that this isn't just about her life energy or about her physicality. It is the prime magic connection is. It's almost like it's polluted. And you realize you kind of sensed it earlier when you were all doing the ritual upstairs, but there's it's almost like a bitter aftertaste in your mouth to what prime energy usually feels like, especially coming from Dottie. Like Dottie's energy feels like like sunshine and strawberry pie, you know, and maybe a little bit of schnapps, you know, like like you know, it's like all joyful, good stuff. But it's like it's but it's almost like it's like when there's a little bit of like extra mushy strawberry in the pie, you know, like it like just feels like, ooh, that strawberry probably wasn't as good as it should have been.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
What's the name of the it's like a source of magic or like a
The node.
yeah, we have
yeah.
a node here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think your prime magic just seems off. There's definitely something magical affecting you. Maybe spending some time at the node might help you just kind of recharge that.
Yeah, maybe I should, huh?
Yeah.
And so it's not physical, it's something in the magic?
It that's what it seems like to me. And it's making you feel physically bad, but it's,
Yeah.
it's your magic.
All right. Yeah, I think I'll head down and just spend some time getting a little recharge.
Yeah.
Thanks, honey. She actually she asked if you guys will help her down there, and she's like, hold on just a second, let me put on my face. And she, poor girl, so
Bless her heart.
yeah, so like she sort of stumbles towards the bathroom, and she comes out a little later, and like her makeup is like she's like put on lipstick again, and it's just a little it's messy, her hands were shaking as she was doing it, and
Saying she doesn't have any time spheres to.
yeah. Right. Yeah. But yeah, so you guys help her to the elevator, and you go down to Oliver's, or I'm sorry, to the carousel room, and what most people don't know is that the carousel room contains the node itself. And you all understand, that's one of the reasons the parties there are the way they are, is because the energy of the excitement and the people enjoying themselves helps create that bounteous energy that fills such a huge source of magic here in this place. There's a nexus of energies, and they all feed off of joy and excitement. You sit her down, in one of the chairs by the fireplace, and Salazar comes over with a cup of tea.
I love this man.
I know. Yeah. And Sal sets the tea down for Dottie, and just kind of pats her on the shoulder. Says, anything y'all need? Didn't think so, but
Just make sure
always nice
Dottie's
to ask.
comfortable.
Don't worry, we'll take care of her. We'll look after her. And here you folks are heading out for a little bit.
Yeah, we'll
Yes,
be gone for a little bit.
Okay. Well, call back here if you need anything. I'll make sure Nona gets the message.
I
Get her. Yeah.
start the fire in the fireplace,
Yeah.
and then tell Dottie bye, and then we
Okay.
walk away. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And, Alexander, Banu, anything you want to do before?
I thought you have one more.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
you
need
wanna
to
do-
know if Clyde
Oh.
calls me back.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, okay. So, I'll let you roll for it.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? No, we're gonna draw a card.
Ooh.
Deal a card for the dealer. And
King of diamonds.
Turn one, turn one.
Damn it.
okay. Deal a card for Evelyn.
Queen of clubs.
Oh,
Ooh.
damn.
And deal a card for Clyde.
9 of diamonds.
Okay. All right. Okay. So ace of diamonds for the dealer.
King of diamonds.
Or king of diamonds. Okay. And then 9 of diamonds for Clyde.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boy, the dealer is. I'm just hoping that. I'm hoping he gets this out of his system because I don't like it when he pulls these kings.
Right? Yeah. Okay. So also, I'm completely making up the rules as I go along. I have
Fine.
Yeah. So so you're sitting waiting by the phone, and around 9 p.m. The phone rings.
Pick it up on the first
Yeah.
ring.
Metis?
Yes.
Metis? What the hell are you getting me into? He sat like he's out of breath. Look, whatever you're looking for, like, this is big. This is not good. They're like, I'm not gonna be available for a little while. But you're
Clyde, I need you to just calm down for a minute.
okay.
I know this is important. I need you to have a clear head right now.
Okay, this is a lot more important than I think you even understand. Because I could get burned. You're looking for Trinity.
Trinity. Is that a person, a place, a thing?
It's a thing. It's a place. It's I don't think it's a person. Trinity. That's what you need. That's what you need. And there's I can't even get to all the information. All I know, it's Trinity, it's New Mexico, and this is some serious heat you put on me. I'm gonna have to lay low for a while.
Understood.
Hopefully, I'm gonna make it out of this. Look, I'll try to check in with you again when it's safe to come out from underground. But I gotta disappear.
Well, I'll be heading to New Mexico for the next probably 2 weeks.
All right.
All else fails, if you don't feel like you can find safety, head to Seattle. There's a hotel called the Mayflower.
All right.
You can find shelter there.
All right. And look, if you see the guys in the black trench coats and the fedoras, like, my best advice, run the other way as fast as you can.
Understood.
Yeah. And you hear a gunshot.
Oh,
And he goes, I gotta go. And the line goes dead. No.
is it bad that I hope he's dead? Because you told him exactly where we are, and I didn't want that to happen. So I kind of hope he's dead.
Well, we'll have to see what the 9 of diamonds got you. So,
Like, oh no, don't say that. But I'm not in the room to say that.
right, yeah.
Good stories come from bad decisions.
That's right.
This is
That's right.
true.
Yeah.
Oh, these people have bleeding hearts.
No, I kind of
Yeah.
so like just a glimpse into what I was thinking. So like, so the King of Diamonds, I mean, that's pretty high. So the dealer's gonna get something good out of this, and what the dealer wants, you don't necessarily know yet. Queen of Clubs meant it's good for Evelyn. Like, you got some information that's going to be key, that's going to be very important. 9 of Diamonds means he's diamonds, so he falls under the King of Diamonds' control. So something's happening, but that's going to be between Clyde and the dealer. And but you got what you needed, and
I
yeah.
got something.
You're all welcome that I gave Adam this NPC to fuck with us.
I love it.
We are happy about it now, except that that guy gets captured alive with the name of our club.
Yeah. We'll
I
see.
do enjoy
We'll
a challenge.
see. Right?
But at
Yeah.
the same time, he might show up with a whole bunch of information. So who knows?
That's right. Yeah.
See, and then that's
a matter
you
of-
too. Everybody at the table but me wanted entropy. I did not play these games.
Right?
I
Yeah.
mean, it's fine. I wanted entropy less for the chance and more for evolution.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
But time gives me that. So
Sure.
Uh-huh.
Sure.
Yeah, exactly. So all right. I'm gonna have I want each of you to roll perception plus actually, you know what? No, let's just roll your Arte. And
One success.
I
okay.
have 3 successes.
Ooh.
2 successes.
Two. Okay.
One success.
Okay. All right. So during the night, you all, your dreams are quite vivid. You dream being back, on that spirit plane, seeing that structure. You see the car headlights all closing in on you. You're not together though. Each of you has this dream, and it's just you standing there. And the car lights are closing in on you. And as you're looking around, they all circle around you to the point that you're surrounded, and you hear car doors open. You can see the lights are kind of blinding you, but you can also see very clearly that there are men in black trench coats and black fedoras getting out of each side of each car, and they all stand there staring at you. And then you look over towards the structure, and there's you see the silhouette of a sort of tall, thin man, a little hunched over, but wearing a pork pie hat, and you kind of see him in profile. He's got this sharp, angular nose, and just the way the lighting is around him almost looks kind of skeletal. And then he turns, and you see these piercing eyes, just pinpoints of light, like that yellowish green sickly light of the moon. And he locks eyes with you, and that's when you're jolted out of your sleep. But it happens to be morning, and just enough time for you all to get yourselves together and head out to the train station for your 5:30 train.
So early.
Right?
Yeah. So the other icons join you at the train station. They all come to the train station to see you off. They call for your train to board. Any last words or last words? Sorry. Any?
And next week will be the last show.
Yeah. Nope. This is the finale. You're all dead. No. Any last things you want to say or ask or do before you part ways with the other members of the Mayflower Club?
We're all just thinking, fuck you, Arlo.
I'm going to touch Sammy's hand and say, I can't wait to hear about all the new experiences you've had while I'm away.
I promise I'll have several. No. Maybe even many.
Wonderful.
No. Thank you for introducing me to your friends so that I can have some of these experiences. hope I get to share them with you when you come back. No,
I'm very much looking forward to that.
no. Both in reality and perhaps in our minds. Do be safe, Banu. You're my favorite person here. No, don't tell the others. But I'm very much looking forward to spending more time with you when you get back.
Of course.
No. And he gives you a little bow. No. No. He still likes to bow. No. Oh, actually, no. He gives you a little bow, and then he like to take your hand.
And I just lean in and give him a kiss.
Yeah. He blushes. Yeah. No. Yeah. Alexander, anything?
I'm gonna take a little bit of time and do a game of solitaire, go into meditation, and see if I can contact the dealer. He's willing to talk to me.
Okay. Yeah.
So what I wanted, I want to ask him. Anything you need to tell me?
Need to tell you? No. Want to tell you? No.
Yeah, you're a big help.
Will tell you? Yeah, maybe so. Deal the cards. What happens? No.
3 hearts for the dealer,
Uh-huh.
since he usually goes first.
Yeah.
Jack of spades for me.
Oh, looks like you're finally coming out on top. Luck's about to change, maybe. No.
Maybe.
Jack of spades. You got the ace of spades yesterday. So, seems like things are going pretty well, but going a little downhill, don't you think?
Well, sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. The important part is to keep moving.
Well, that's some rock solid wisdom for you there. I feel like I might have said that to you once or twice. But I mean, Jack's downhill from an ace, but it's uphill from a 10. So maybe that's not too bad. But I'll tell you this. You're going to want to look out the window.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Don't worry. We'll play a few games. We got some time to kill.
I'm sure we will.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
And he puffs on his cigar and takes a swig of his whiskey. Yeah. Evelyn, anything you want to do before you go?
She's thinking something, but no, she's just going to keep it to herself.
Silver?
Silver would have spent the last couple of days really freaking out. Trying to get his shit together to bring the persona back.
Yeah.
So he would go and talk to Nona before he leaves to try to
Yeah.
give like the, no, I'm okay. Like he's not, but
Yeah.
give the face of like, I'm okay. So
Yeah.
go back to like what they were doing episode 1, which is kind of just bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, all right. You
Yeah.
got to promise me if I go on this trip, you're not going to get a new sax player while I'm gone.
Wouldn't dream of it, darling. And she pulls her flask out of her purse and throws back a swig and hands it to you. And yeah. Silver, I'm counting on you. You bring so much joy to the club. I can't imagine what it would be like without you. So, of course, that means you have to come back, and everything's going to be wonderful when you do.
All right, much appreciated.
Yeah.
Can you do me one favor while we're gone?
Absolutely. Whatever it is, I can do it.
Keep an eye on Dottie for me. Just make sure she's feeling better, please.
She's been under the weather, isn't she? Something's wrong. And, I don't know quite what it is, but we'll have to see. And
I hate to say this,
yes.
but Arlo too.
And she takes another swig, hands you a flask back. She says, of course, darling. I will absolutely keep an eye on Arlo as well. And just keep in mind, not everyone is here for our enjoyment. Some are just here for our entertainment.
I will meditate on that.
Besides, we have no idea what the future holds. So, the future could hold something wonderful just as easily as it could hold something terrible.
I have a hard time thinking like that, but I appreciate it coming from you.
I understand. Just try to keep your spirits up.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. All right. Your train's going to leave a little early, so go ahead, everyone, get on board. We'll see you soon. Good luck. Bon chance, as they say. And you hear the train chugging up, and you all you get on board. You're settled into your seats, and the train starts to pull away at around 5:28, and as you're slowly moving into, as you're slowly building up, and the train starts to inch forward little by little, you look out the window, and you see your 5 compatriots waving at you, and as the train starts to move away, they're standing there, and you see a flash of light that sort of washes over all of you, but it's not in the physical world. It's not even in the spirit world, but you just feel. It's almost like that greasy. You feel that greasiness that Alexander felt from the sickly moonlight. It has that sensation. You feel a bitterness in the back of your tongue, like you just bit into something sour and rotten, and as you're pulling away from the station, you see the 5 of them, and Arlo and Dottie flare in a bright white light, and then their figures crumple to ash there on the platform as the train pulls away. No.
I said to look out the window.
Dottie!
Yeah, and that's where we will end for tonight.
You monster. I liked her.
I know.
Arlo, fine.
Yeah, and yeah. So, and that's also your that's a clue for you. 5:29 on Monday morning, as your train pulls away from the station, and we will have to find out what happens next week. So that is the end of our game for tonight, everyone. We will be back next week with another session of Trinity's Wake. Thank you, everyone in the audience, for joining us. We want to thank James V, our chat mode. James V, our chat mod, for being in chat mode. Also, James V, thank you for the pop-up trivia history comments.
I know.
All that
Yeah, he's
stuff.
always great about stuff like that.
Yeah, it's really awesome. I wish I could pay attention to most of them. Thank you to our amazing Patreons who keep us ad-free and independent. It's because of you that we are able to play games we enjoy without worrying about publishing companies or system popularity. You can join their heroic ranks at happyjacks.org/Patreon. And this is our last game of Happy Jacks for the year 2024. Or 2023. Sorry, we're doing all this time travel. I have no idea what year it is. It's still March of 2020 to me.
Time is meaningless.
Right, exactly. Banu knows time is meaningless. Yeah. It's an artificial construct, like gender. Thank you, everybody. My name is Adam, and I have been your storyteller for this game called Trinity's Wake. And let's go around and say our goodbyes and let us know who you are, where to find you if you want, and what makes you famous if you'd like. Yeah.
I have been Dion for this year. See, playing Silver, and you can find me on the internet most places at Delta Echo 7792. Although it's just family kid stuff. I'm not famous for anything. So if you want to see me on the internet, come back here where I will be further devastated by Adam's monstrosity. But yeah, that's me. Happy New Year, everyone.
Hi, I'm Courtney. I played Evelyn. I guess you could try to find me on Twitter at the Anime Goddess. I just kind of peruse it. Otherwise, don't find me. I am famous for like 10 years ago doing hosting work for G4 and Anime Expo, but like that was 10 years ago. So now I'm just a washed up old Hollywood hag. I'm throwing myself into the Pacific Ocean now.
Get you a mansion on Sunset Boulevard.
Yeah.
Love it. Thank you.
Hey everyone, I'm Nick. I played Alexander tonight. You can find me at Sungrowler on Twitter and over on Blue Sky as well. I think there's a card down here with all my information if you want to check that out. But don't. So ignore me. But no, really, whatever. I don't care. You're not missing anything. If you just want to add one more to your follow count that is just almost nothing, I'm your man.
Yeah. Pooja.
Hi, I am Pooja, and you can find me on the internet as Forgotten Saves, pretty much all the socials. And if you want to see, pictures of my cats, you do. They're amazing. And read about me raving and ranting about books that I read. That's mostly on Blue Sky. And then if you want to see me play more TTRPGs,
which we do,
we have the first 6 episodes of Mekong Symphony for the Devil out on Queen's Court Games. You can find that on their YouTube. In the new year, we shall have the second half of that season. There is a lot more to come of our Southeast Asian mech space opera.
Yay.
And we bring the drama to the opera.
Awesome.
So come check it out there.
Hooray! So like I said, I'm Adam. You can find me on most of the social media at Hoobuk, Hoobuk. Mostly I'm on Instagram where I talk about cats, queer stuff, native stuff, politics, the labor movement, and role-playing games and other nerdy things. But you can also find me occasionally, most Wednesday nights, I've been streaming Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough with Jason on his Twitch channel. It's probably okay. And then coming up soon, I'm gonna be featured in an actual play of the Star Wars Fantasy Flight games. So it's on Emporium for the Wayward Gamer. It's called Shadowport Adventures: Luck of the Draw. The episodes are being remastered and then they should be launching sometime in the next month or so. So I'll give you more information about that as I come along. But you can see me play a very high anxiety Togruta medic, which is a lot of fun. So anyway, that's it. This has been Trinity's Wake, our Mage 20th anniversary edition actual play. So join us next Saturday, which I believe is January 6th. 2024 in the future.
In the world of tomorrow.
Yes. In the year 2024. So next Saturday, January 6th, if you want to catch up on past episodes, visit happyjacks.org/Trinity's Wake. And if you want to find all of our other APs and our Happy Jacks advice show on the Happy Jacks Network, visit us at happyjacks.org. Thank you, everyone, for joining us, and have a wonderful end of the year, and we'll see you next year.
Bye.
Bye.